It's always Christmas somewhere when Alonso is around. So here we have a movie called The Baltimorons, which takes place on Christmas Eve, even though here we are, the end of summer. Alonso saw this before I did and mentioned it and said, we've got to watch this movie. You're going to love it. And we got to talk about it. So here we are. It's in limited release right now, right?
Yes, it opened in New York on the 5th and then a few more cities on the 12th, including Baltimore. And then I believe it's expanding out until then. My guess is that it's going to be on AMC Plus in time for the holidays, which is why we're getting it in theaters now, but we'll see how that all plays out.
I'm taking a dinner and I'm not taking no for an answer.
No.
Come on.
No.
I overheard you talking to your daughter and I know you don't have plans. Let's go.
No!
Yes!
This is the solo directorial debut of Jay Duplass of the Duplass Brothers. He co-wrote the film with Michael Strassner, who stars as Cliff, who is a former improv comic who has been trying to move his life in a different direction. His girlfriend would rather he not. And so he's trying to get like a real estate license and settle down with her and, you know, kind of change up things from the mess that his life had been before. But on Christmas Eve, wouldn't you know it, he falls and knocks out one of his teeth on the doorway of her parents' house. So he has to go find an emergency dentist who's open that day. He comes upon Dee Dee, played by Liz Larsen, who stitches him up. And the two of them sort of form this kind of prickly friendship that might turn into something else over the course of the day. And they may also sort of encourage each other to deal with their own personal demons, be they her ex-husband or his comedy past. So it's kind of a all in one day hangout, walk and talk movie in a way. But that day happens to be Christmas Eve, and the city happens to be Baltimore, where if you go to, I think it's 34th Street that does the sort of legendary front yard lights display. This is a lovely movie. It's a smart comedy about characters that I completely believed. The situations seemed organic. Their growing relationship, I think, is captured really well by these two actors. And, you know, the Christmas stuff is a bonus, but I would have enjoyed this no matter what. I think this is a really just kind of sharp, smart indie. It's a sweet romantic comedy, but one that is not sappy in any way. I think that you know, these are characters who have baggage and who are wounded by life in different ways, but kind of come together in a way that I think offers the opportunity that they may, you know, lift each other up in different ways. And I felt like there's an extended moment at an improv comedy theater that felt very recognizable in terms of the personalities who put on those shows and who go to those shows, even on Christmas Eve. So yeah, I like this a lot. I hope you did.
I did very much. Yeah, it's
Good.
very charming and it feels very organic and effortless. There's so much lovely, natural character development between these two, and that bond on paper wouldn't make a lot of sense, but like watching them get to know each other, I wonder if this would have happened as well on a normal day of the week. I feel like there's something about the Christmas quality of it.
Yeah.
As you know so well, the desire to reconnect or connect or find humanity in somebody else that exists in so many Christmas movies. So I feel like if this were just September 16th in Baltimore,
right? Yeah,
it might not have been so impactful.
They are both on a redemption arc, and I think redemption arcs are intrinsic to a lot of the Christmas movies that we love the most. And yeah, I think the quality of the city in terms of like what streets are empty and abandoned and what streets are suddenly crowded with, you know, revelers and whatnot, all plays into it, you know.
Mm-hmm. They also get really right here. The Michael Strassner character is newly sober, maybe like 6 months sober. And it really captures very efficiently and very effectively how awkward it can be to go to places sober that you used to go and drink, whether it's like a family gathering or the improv where we, you know, assume that some awful things went down back when he was drinking a lot. It's tough to know who to be in those moments that first time. And it gets a little easier in time, but I think it captures his awkwardness. You can feel him kind of like itching in his own skin, like he doesn't know how to be there and doesn't want to see these people. And it reminds him of a time in his life where he was perhaps not his best self.
Right.
And
That's the version those people know that, and he's having to like be in their presence with them, not understanding that, you know, he's undergone a transformation of some kind.
Yeah. And she comes through for him in some surprising ways.
Yeah.
And there's tension in these moments on stage. And it's not just from the inherent awkwardness of it. Like there's a lot of complicated emotional stuff happening all in the same moment on stage at this improv theater. And that I thought was really impressive how they balanced all of that. Yeah. All of the supporting people feel like real people. This feels like a real, like, let's get together and make a movie kind of thing. And this has to have been a lot of his own family and friends. It feels very real in that way.
Yeah, it's not John Waters' Baltimore, but there's a Baltimore realness going on here, I think.
Yeah. And I love Liz Larsen in this. I had never seen her before. I guess she's done a ton of theater work, but there is such an authenticity to her, and just she's a recognizable human being. And as her personality reveals itself over the course of just this one day and night, you fall in love with her. She's a real person. She's quick-witted. She's a smart ass. She's not a pushover, but she's really sweethearted too. And just the way that she and he find ways to, as you say, uplift each other, right? And each of them like kind of needs a champion. And that is clear without anyone ever spelling that out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. This is a movie that trusts you to fill in the blanks there. And Strassner, again, who co-wrote, I think did a great job on the script. Like, he brings a quality to the film that reminded me of Kyle Marvin from Splitsville. Like these guys who you would not necessarily peg as like leading man type, but who nonetheless like can be a romantic lead and, you know, like are funny, but also really charismatic. And you understand why women are drawn to them. Like I like both of those performances a lot.
Yeah. He seems like a nice guy, right?
Yeah.
He's made some mistakes, but he's a good guy. And there's like a sweet kind of cuddly teddy bear quality to him, but he's also so sharp and so quick-witted and has like a lovely kind of like percolating, self-deprecating sense of humor. Well, he will be the first person to make fun of himself.
Yeah, I like the way that he will sort of introduce himself to a group of strangers with his first and last name and do it like repeatedly. Like there's something that's sort of like both kind of comedy guy about it and also like, this is awkward, but I'm trying to like power through it. You know, yeah, he's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, you really feel for him. So what is your number then on the Baltimorons?
I'll say a 9. I was really charmed by this. And, you know, when volume 3 of Have Yourself a Movie Little Christmas happens in 15 years, this will be one of the first ones I go to.
Nice. I will say 8.5. Yeah, this is just a sweet little charmer. So go seek it out. The Baltimorons is in theaters.